Savitri, Book 1, The Book of Beginnings, Canto 2, The Issue. A combatant in silent, dreadful lists, the world unknowing for the world she stood. No helper had she save the strength within. There was no witness of terrestrial eyes. The gods above and nature's soul below were the spectators of that mighty strife. Around her were the austere sky-pointing hills and the green murmurous broad deep-thoughted woods muttered incessantly their muffled spell, a dense, magnificent, colored, self-wrapped life, draped in the leaves' vivid emerald monotone, and set with checkered sunbeams and blithe flowers, immured her destiny's secluded scene. There had she grown to the stature of her spirit, the genius of titanic silences, steeping her soul in its wide loneliness, had shown to her herself's bare reality and matted her with her environment. Its solitude threatened her human hours with a background of the eternal and unique, a force of spare direct necessity reduced the heavy framework of man's days and his overburdening mass of outward needs to a first thin strip of simple animal wants, and the mighty whiteness of the primitive earth, and the brooding multitudes of peasantries, and the musing sapphire laser of the sky, and the solemn weight of slowly passing months had left in her deep room for thought and God. There was her drama's radiant prologue lived, a spot for the eternal strayed on earth, set in the cloistral yearning of the woods, and was by the aspiration of his peaks appeared through an audit opening in time where stillness, listening felt the unspoken word, and the hours forget to pass towards grief and change. Here with the suddenness, divine advents above, repeating the marvel of the first descent, changing to rapture the dull earthly round. Love came to her, hiding the shadow, death. Well might he find in her his perfect shrine, since first the earth being's heavenward growth began. Through all the long ordeal of the race, never a dearer creature bore his shaft, that burning test of the Godhead in her outward parts, a lightning from the heights on our abyss, all in her pointed to a nobler kind, near to earth's wideness, intimate with heaven, exalted and swift, her young, large visioned spirit voicing through worlds of splendor and of calm, overflew the ways of thought to unborn, ardent was her self-poised stumbling wheel, her mind a sea of white sincerity, passionate in flow, had not one turbid wave, as in a mystic and dynamic dance, a priestess of immaculate ecstasies, inspired and ruled from truth's revealing vault, moves in some prophet cavern of the gods, a heart of silence in the hands of joy, inhabited with rich creative beats, a body like a parable of dawn that seemed a niche for veiled divinity or golden temple door to things beyond. Immortal rhythms swayed in her time-born steps, her look, her smile awoke celestial sense, even in the earth stuff, and their intense delight poured a supernal beauty on men's lives. A wide self-giving was her native act, a magnanimity as of sea or sky, enveloped with its greatness all that came, and gave a sense as of a generated world. Her kindly care was a sweet temperate sun, her high passion a blue heavens equipoised, as might a soul fly like a hunted bird escaping with tired wings from a world of storms, and a quiet rich like a remembered breast in a heaven of safety and splendid soft repose, one could drink life back in streams of honey fire, recover the lost habit of happiness, feel her bright nature's glorious ambience, and pray joy in her warmth and colors rule, a deep compassion in a hushed sanctuary, her inward help unbarred a gate in heaven, love in her was wider than universe, the whole world take refuge in her single heart, the great unsatisfied Godhead here could dwell, vacant of the dwarf selves, imprisoned air, her mood her could harbor his sublimer breath, spiritual that can make all things divine, for even her gulfs were secrecies of light. At once she was the stillness and the word, a continent of self diffusing peace, an ocean of untrembling virgin fire, the strength, the silence of the gods were hers.